The Tampa Bay Lightning take on the Devils, 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop in New Jersey. And of course, our first game of the slate currently off the board. We got no lines for this game. I hate when that happens, and it always happens. A lot of times our first game is off the board. I can't stand it. But anyway, looks like we're going to have Curtis McElhaney for the Lightning and Corey Schneider for New Jersey. Now, Schneider comes into this game 0-3, 409 goals against, 876 save percentage. Meanwhile, McElhaney on the other side, not a whole lot of work this year. He does come in with a 915 save percentage. But like I said, not a whole lot of action for McElhaney. Now, New Jersey is in dead last in the Metropolitan Division. They're 2-5-2 overall. They've got just 6 points. They're actually 15 points back of Washington already in the division. The Devils are 28th in scoring, 30th in goals allowed, which is second to last in the NHL. Will Butcher still out indefinitely. I know that's not breaking news, but just figured I'd throw that out there. Now, Tampa Bay on the other side, 9th in scoring, 5th in scoring on the road. They're led by Steven Stamkos, who's got 5 goals, 7 assists, 12 points on the year. Nikita Kucherov right behind him with 11 points. And of course, that's 4 goals, 7 assists for him. Mikhail Sergachev he's +6 on the year when it comes to plus minus. So when Sergachev is on the ice, good things happen. Now, total-wise, Tampa Bay 6-5 to the over on the year. Tons of potential firepower as well. You know, Tampa Bay could go off for 6, 7, 8 goals anytime they step on the ice. And of course, on the other side, Jersey 6-3 to the over for the year, 5-1 to the under. 5-1 to the over at the Prudential Center. I think that's what it's still called. But anyway, 5-1 to the over at home in Newark. So with all that said and done, like I said, game's off the board, no lines, but I'm going to lean Tampa Bay winning this one outright, and I'll probably most likely lean toward the over in that matchup there. All right, guys, let's go ahead and slide into our next game. That's going to be the Oilers taking on the Blue Jackets, 7:30 Columbus. The Blue Jackets are -150, totals at 6. We saw a 20-cent move toward Columbus. Big move toward Columbus, no movement on the total. Columbus opened $1.30 up to 150, totals at 6. 52% are leaning Edmonton, 67% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Oilers are plus $1.30 on the money line. Columbus plus 170, laying the goal and a half. We have Mike Smith for Edmonton, Joonas Korpisalo for the Blue Jackets. Now, Korpisalo's coming into this game with a 308 goals against and an 896 save percentage. Mike Smith on the other side, pretty good thus far in the year. 249 goals against, 914 save percentage. Columbus winners in just 2 out of their last 5 straight up. They rank 21st in scoring, 25th in goals allowed. They're in 5th place in the Metropolitan Division. And they are 9 points back of first place. Dubinsky, Murray, and Teixeira still out indefinitely for Columbus. Meanwhile, Edmonton on the other side, 8-4-1 overall, first place in the Pacific Division with 17 points total, and they are 1 point ahead of the Golden Knights in that division there. Leon Draisaitl, 22 points on the year, 10 goals, 12 assists. Connor McDavid, that's a name you should recognize. He's got 22 points as well. That's 16 assists total for Connor McDavid. And Zach Kassian, +8. Right winger Zach Kassian, +8 for the Oilers. Edmonton is first in goals allowed on the road on average per game. Now, total-wise, Edmonton 5-2 to the under on the road. Columbus 67% to the under at home. I'm going to lean toward the road dog in this one. Give me the Oilers +130 and the under 6 goals in that game. Next matchup, Wild Blues. 8 o'clock St. Louis. The Blues are -175, total 5.5. No movement on this total. We did see a nickel move towards St. Louis. The Blues opened $1.70 up to 175, totals 5.5. 77% are leaning St. Louis, 72% shaded toward the over. Right now, Minnesota's plus $1.55 on the money line. St. Louis plus $1.50, laying the goal and a half. We have Devin Dubnyk for Minnesota, Jordan Binnington for the Blues. Binnington's 5-2 with a 267 goals against and a 912 save percentage. Dubnyk on the other side, just 2-5 on the year, 392 goals against, 880 save percentage. The Blues have been winners in 3 out of their last 4. They're in 3rd place in the Central Division, 15 points on the year, 2 points back at Colorado for 1st place. St. Louis is led by Jack Eichel, who's got 17 points on the year, 7 goals, 10 assists. Centers Marcus Johansson and Casey Middlestat are both +5 on the year, so they're the team leaders in plus-minus for the Blues. Now Minnesota on the other side, losers in 2 out of their last 3. They're 29th in scoring, 30th in scoring on the road, which is second to last in the NHL. They also rank 22nd in goals allowed. They're in sixth place in the Central Division, 9 points back of the lead in that particular category. Now, total-wise, Minnesota just 3-4-1 to the over on the year. St. Louis 80% to the under in their last handful of games taking on the Central Division. So with all that said and done, I'm going to lean St. Louis Blues minus $1.75. And the under 5.5 in that game. Before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick timeout and welcome you to the show. Got some lines of personal leans out for Wednesday's NHL action. Happy hump day. We are halfway there. The weekend is almost here. Now, before we go ahead and move on, I just want to quickly remind you to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage. We do daily premium selections on that website beginning at just $1.99 per month. We have a bunch of different memberships, tiers, and packages that you can subscribe to. You can also access my current record for free right on the homepage. That is patreon.com/BrockPage. All right, let's go ahead and dive back into some more lines and personal leans. All starts Eastern Standard Time. And on deck, we've got ourselves the, what do we have? I can't even read that. The Canadiens? The Canadiens taking on the Coyotes. And that is going to be a 10 o'clock Eastern puck drop in the desert. This game's off the board as well. We got another game off the board here tonight. Carey Price for the Canadiens. That's the projected starter. Darcy Kemper, the projected starter for Arizona. Kemper's 5-3 in the year. 187 goals against. 933 save percentage. Arizona 7-3-1 overall for the year, 3-1 at home, 6-1 straight up in their last 7. Garland's +6, Ekman Larson +6, and the star of the show, Nick Schmaltz, +5 on the year for Arizona. Now the Coyotes are 12th in home scoring, first in home goals allowed. And when it comes to this Montreal team, they've lost 2 out of their last 3. They're 27th in road goals allowed, and they're just 3-4-2 as the underdog. If they happen to open up as the dog, I think they will on the road here in this spot. So once again, if they do open up as the dog or the line flips and they end up becoming the underdog, just keep in mind they are just 3-4-2 as the official Vegas underdog. Now total-wise, Montreal 7-3-1 to the over. They're also 5-0 to the over when traveling. So with all that said and done, can't make an official formal pick on this one, but I'm probably going to end up leaning toward Arizona in the over in that matchup there. Next game, Florida, Colorado, 10 o'clock, Colorado. The Avalanche are -140, total 6.5. 66% are leaning Colorado, 60% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Panthers are +$1.25 on the money line. Colorado +$1.80, laying the goal and a half. We have Sergei Bobrovsky for Florida, Phil Grubauer for the Avalanche. Now, Grubauer is 6-1 on the year with a .259 goals against and a .920 save percentage. Bobrovsky on the other side, .379 goals against, .870 save percentage. Colorado first place in the Central, 8-2-1 overall, 17 points, 4-1 straight up at home, second in scoring. They're led by Nathan MacKinnon, who's got 15 points total on the year, 6 goals, 9 assists. Defenseman Ian Cole is +11 on the year. Ian Cole +11. And right winger Mikko Rantanen, 5 goals, 7 assists, 12 points on the year for him. Now Florida on the other side, losers in 2 out of their last 3. They're 29th in goals allowed, and they are 6 points back of Washington in the division. Now total-wise, Florida is 8-3-1 to the over on the year, 5-3 to the over away from home. Colorado 7-3-1 to the over themselves. I'm going to lean Avalanche -$1.40 in the over 6.5 in that game. All right, next and final matchup for the show. It is going to be Canucks taking on the Kings, and that'll be a 10:30 Eastern puck drop in Los Angeles. The Kings are -115, totals at 6. 69% are leaning Vancouver, 77% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Canucks are -105 on the money line. The Kings +230 on the puck line. We have Jake Markstrom for Vancouver, Johnny Quick for the Kings. Now, if you like Johnny Quick in this matchup here, he just hasn't been quick enough. Get the pun. He's just 2-5 on the year, 4.48 goals against, 8.49 save percentage. Meanwhile, Marsham on the other side, 4-2 on the year, 2.53 goals against, 9.20 save percentage. The Kings are 4-8 overall for the year, dead last in the Pacific Division, 8 points total. They rank 26th in home scoring, and they've dropped 6 out of their last 8 games. Now, Vancouver on the other side, 7-2 straight up in their last 9. They're also 5-1-1 when favored. Should this line flip, we'll probably, if I had to take a guess, I think we'll probably see some action toward Vancouver. I'm pretty confident this line is going to end up flipping. So anyway, keep that in mind. Vancouver 5-1-1 when favored. Should this line flip, Pettersson and Miller are the leaders in points and plus minus for Vancouver. The Canucks are 4th in scoring, 2nd in goals allowed on the road. Vancouver's also 67% to the under when traveling. And the Kings are 3-2 to the under at home, which is really surprising because they have a ton of overs on the year. But they are 3-2 to the over. I'm sorry, the Kings are 3-2 to the under in Los Angeles. So with all that said and done, I'm going to lean Vancouver minus 105 and the under 6 goals in that game. We're going to go ahead and slide into our quick pick recap, brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage. We're going to lean Vancouver minus 105 under 6 goals. Arizona money line over in that game. Colorado minus 140 over 6.5. St. Louis minus 175 under 5.5. Edmonton plus 130 under 6 goals. And Tampa Bay money line over in that game. All right, let's go ahead and slide into some shout-outs brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage. Shout out to DB's Nation, Big Ree and Ace Sports Pick, who has a YouTube channel of their own. Great channel, highly entertaining, wildly entertaining. Love those guys. Big Ree and Ace Sports Picks. Make sure you guys check them out and give them a like and subscribe. Shout out to Josh Stewart, Dean Trong, Gio Lopez, Jason Bordelon, Ephraim Corpus, Felix Strickland, E3 Chosen, Quam 90210. Shout out to Sean O'Neill, Ronnie Christie, VegasHustler.net, Mike Johnson from Atlanta. Shout out to Larry Pilgrim, Evil Dax, Lefter, Turbaroo, Vlad. Shout out to Demetrius Milonis, Drew Churchill, David Adams, Gabe Sokos, and last but certainly not least, shout out to 201 Lifestyle. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Once again, don't forget to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage. We do daily premium plays on that website beginning at just $1.99 per month. We have a bunch of different memberships, tiers, and packages that you can subscribe to. You can also, access my current record right there on the homepage. That is patreon.com/BrockPage. Link for that site is in the description section below. But most importantly, guys, I got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. Happy Wednesday to you. Best of luck to you. And don't forget to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.